So I know that some of you might be confused, how do echoes work, because I know when I started I was. So if you go to your character menu and you go here, you'll see that you have these slots. These are called echoes. So what are echoes? Echoes are just like in Genshin Impact, these are artifacts. However, there are some key differences in how they work, and let me explain that. So let's begin with the first thing. Unlike in Genshin, even though you have the main stat, which is in this case critical damage, you also have the substat, which is an attack for this case. And then just like in Genshin, you have a couple more mini stats. But the two main ones are the two big ones, and unlike Genshin you have two, not one, so you need to keep that in mind as well. Now echoes are also unique in the sense that the first echo you're gonna put in the first slot, which is right here, will have a unique skill. If you look here, it says Echo transforms into crownless and relentlessly assaults enemies, dealing havoc damage, increases current character's havoc damage and resonance skill damage. However, if I move this one up top, as you can see, it changes into a different skill. So for example, if I use the Q now, which is the skill for Echo, I do this attack. But if I change it back to this guy, it also has a little bit of a cooldown, but that's okay because the skills are actually pretty cool and there's a pretty unique variety of them. As you can see, I become into this thing and I can attack for a few turns and then it ends, but it does a lot of damage. So that's another thing that's unique about echoes. Unlike artifacts, they actually have their own skill. And the one that's gonna be in the first slot is gonna be the one skill that you're gonna be using. Now before we continue, there's also another thing that is very different to Genshin. If you notice, there is a cost, right? It says 12 out of 12. When you start, it's gonna be 10 out of 10. In order to reach 12 cost, you need to go to your data bank. And as you can see, there's a bunch of levels. And once you reach level 9, as you can see, it increases to 12. If you look at level 8, it's 10. And if we look at level 0, it's only 8. So one critical thing to understand that just like in Genshin, if you see a purple echo, that's a 4-star. If you see a blue one, that's a 3-star, a green one, 2-star, and so on and so forth. However, the stars of the echo do not represent their cost. That is very important to understand, because if you look at the first character, it's a 4-star and it says 4 cost. And you might think, okay, well, 4-star equals 4 cost, right? But no, if we look at this one, it is also a 4-star, but the cost is 3, right? So that means a 4-star can be a 1 cost, but also a 2-star or a 1-star can be a 4 cost, if that makes sense, right? Because the cost and the quality of echo do not go together. These are separate things. So for example, if you look, I have a 4 cost, a 3 cost, a 3 cost, a 1 cost, and a 1 cost, and that equals to 12. Now this could be a 5-star and it still could be a 1 cost, right? And so this could be a 1 cost or any of them. Then again, this could be a 4 cost even though it's only a 2-star. So when you're only gonna have 10 cost for a little while in the beginning, you might wanna play something like a 4 cost, 3 cost, 1 cost, 1 cost, 1 cost. Once you get to 12 cost, which is database level 9, you can play like 4 cost, 3 cost, 3 cost, 1 cost, 1 cost, or whichever way you decide, but this seems to be the most optimal way of doing it. Now to upgrade the echoes, all you need to do is click upgrade, then you need these specific materials, which I'm gonna show you where to get here in a second. Then once you do, let's say upgrade it to level 10, right? Unlike in Genshin, you do not get the mini stats automatically. You actually need to go to separate menu, which is here, and then you need these things, and then you press tune, and as you can see, I unlocked a new substat, and that's how you fill up this thing. But like I said, most importantly, remember, the cost and the quality of echoes do not go together. These are separate things because it can be very confusing in the beginning. You might drop a 4-star echo and you think it's a 4 cost, but it actually might be just a 1 cost. That's very important to remember. And like I said, watch your stats, make sure that, if for example, one of these sets is the one for you to go, click on it, make sure you can actually align so you max out your cost. and go from there. Now, where to get echoes, where to get the materials, and so on. Now, to get the materials to upgrade echoes, you need to go to this guidebook right here. You can click Alt and then click on it. Then you go here and then you go to Tacit Field. And as you can see, in Tacit Fields, you're gonna get the tuners. These are needed to get the mini stats. And if you look here, you will also get the XP material that is needed to actually upgrade them. So this is one of the ways of getting it. Of course, there are quests and everything else that will give you. For example, weekly bosses will give you the XP materials, and so on and so forth. And now you might wonder, well, okay, how do I get echoes and how do I get higher quality echoes? So like I said before, if you go to Databank, these levels matter because if you look at the beginning, no matter who you kill, you will only get a 2-star maximum. Then at level 5, you can drop a 3-star. At level 8, you can drop a 4-star. And at level 15, you can finally start dropping the gold ones, which is the 5-star, which is the best ones. So getting to level 15 obviously is very important. Now to get echoes, you can for example go to your, again, databank, go somewhere for example here, or immediately here. And for example, you need this set and you're missing some of the guys. You can click detect and hopefully it will show you where to get. Let's say I needed this, right? It would show me that I need to go here and I'm gonna find it here. Like for example, you kill a monster and then it drops this, right? All you have to do is absorb it and there we go. You now have an artifact, an echo, right? I just got a 4-star. If I go to my echoes, as you can see, it shows as a new one and there we go. I just got this guy. That's one way of getting them. Another way is doing these, which is Tacit Fields. You can also find them here in the book, and if you go to Tacit Fields, you will see that there's a bunch of them. You just find the one that you need to do. As you can see, it even has some first time clearing rewards. When you come up first time, you're gonna see something like this probably. Well, unfortunately, I cannot do this one. I need level 26, but I mean 27. However, I do know for a fact I can do this one. Here is gonna look a little bit more like this. You go activate. A bunch of monsters will show up. All you have to do is just defeat them, you know, have a little bit of fun. They're usually not too difficult, so don't worry about it too much, you'll be fine. And that's it, you complete the challenge. This is essentially the same as Domain in Genshin, right? It's no different. It also costs energy, which in this game they called wave plates. You use the energy, you complete the challenge, and there we go. You received these for tuning, these for XP, and these just in general, the echoes, right? The artifacts of this world. And there we go, now you know how to get echoes, now you know where to find them, now you know what are the costs and how are they different from the star level, and now all you have to do is just go somewhere on the Google or any other website and just find what kind of echoes your character needs and what is the best echo to use as your skill, which is, like we mentioned before, that is this, the Q, the first echo in your skill set, and that's it. That's how echoes work. I hope that helped you, and if I did, be sure to subscribe. There is some Wuthering Waves content on my channel already, and there's gonna be plenty more. There's a lot of Genshin content, so if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to subscribe, press like, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.